I can't take it anymore, not anymore. No one said that this would get easy. No one said this wouldn't get hard. Brush it off and roll up your sleeves now. It's a shot in the dark till you get what you want.
Welcome to week 2 of Spike College Football Show, season 5, week 2. We're back. No, it's week 1 because last week really didn't fucking count. It's back. We're back at week 1. It's Johnny B. It's Tyler. It's Rob. JC is way too busy. He's building a house. He will be with us sporadically through the year, but he will be here. Just this week, he had a very, very stressful thing happen. It's okay. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody's healthy. Let's rock and roll. There's games going on right now as we speak. Just to start it off, guys, I did run a parlay today, if you can tell on our TikTok and our Twitter. Go check those out at Spike College Football 88. My parlay was Colorado or North Dakota State money line, Coastal Carolina money line, and Minnesota money line, and all 3 teams are winning because I'm better than everybody else, and it's at plus 3,000. So I'm about to win $300 on a $10 bet. Not a big deal, guys. Not that great of a big deal, but what's going on, guys? How is everybody doing today?
College football's back, baby. And it couldn't have happened to a better team. Fuck FSU.
I guess we'll just hop right into it. No intro, no bullshit this week, guys. Florida State. And it really wasn't DJ's fault.
Nope.
Austin, I'm going to kill my child. It really wasn't. It really wasn't Florida DJ's fault. But Florida State, they just got manhandled on the offensive and defensive line. It wasn't DJ's fault. DJ played a great game, actually. Their defense just got mauled over, and Haynes was just running the ball.
Very. Yep.
It was not the Haynes we thought that was going to do anything, but the other Haynes.
It was pretty impressive by Georgia Tech controlling the line of scrimmage, boys.
It kind of was. I mean, they weren't obviously running triple option, but it gave me kind of like a throwback vibe to, oh shit, when you play Georgia Tech,
like
you
the
have
spread.
to.
It was like the spread triple option with the triple option not being a dive back, but it being the pass.
Yeah, but it was just like when you play Georgia Tech back in the triple option day, you had to control the line of scrimmage. Like you knew you weren't going to do it every time, but you had to be ready to grind. And Florida State wasn't, so fuck them.
So I think Florida State will have a very rough year. I said that going in. I said they're going to go 8-4. But now let's move on to another team. SMU almost gave that game away. Probably should have lost that game.
They honestly lost that game.
Like, I might pick Nevada to win next week. I just think it was a bad spot. I don't think it was that they were overrated. I think it was a bad spot to go into Nevada, sleeping Nevada, not supposed to be a great team, and win. That's my analysis of the game. Just a bad spot. They were having stupid penalties. It was just a bad spot, I think. Not a bad game, and they didn't play well. I don't think they're a bad team. I think it was a bad spot.
So my read, I mean, Preston Stone did not have a good game, still threw for 250 yards. I go back to what I said last week, which was SMU has not played a lot of great teams, but they've been in a lot of tight games in the past year. And they overcame last year, and it looks like while Nevada is not a good team, it's kind of a winning ugly seems to be something that SMU has already shown us over the past 12 months that they are really good at, which is going to make them a really tough out unless somebody comes out and just blows them out of the water right away, which is possible. They don't have a ton of talent, but they have enough talent and apparently grit that I'm not going to count them out. I was really worried about them when I should have been fucking worried about New Mexico, but, you know, we're here now.
Tyler?
It's inexcusable on SMU's side. I'm sorry. They play the weakest schedule out of Division I football. It is literally the 131 level of strength. And I'm sorry, like, sure they're going to be a tough out, but, man, that was almost inexcusable.
All right, boys, that was really all the other games. The other games that were played that we picked, was the Montana State Nevada
New
the
Mexico.
Montana State
Lobos.
New Mexico game, which you guys got right with. No, you guys lost on Montana State.
That's
Because-
what we lost on.
New Mexico came back, and me and Jake had them, and we picked them. And then the Hawaii game, tons of wind, it was just a shit show there. So those games really didn't matter. Montana State proves again that they are going to be at top of the FCS. And you want to know something? New Mexico, their quarterback, very dynamic, very Cam Ward as a freshman. Very, very sporadic. Like he showed glimpses of absolute genius. But then you can also see where there might be a little bit of issues with him.
Well, New Mexico was up, right? I mean, it wasn't like Montana State controlled that game. They won at the very last bit.
They were up by 10 with 4 minutes left.
But that's what I mean. Like, Montana State grinded it out when they really shouldn't have, because they're a good team, even if FCS, be damned. But New Mexico had that game in the bag. It's just, since you brought up Cam Ward, it's the concern I have with Cam Ward this season, just like every season, is that he's incredibly dynamic. But I haven't seen, he lost to Oregon State. It's because he doesn't know how to just close out a game, just to be very solid, stable, consistent when he needs to be. He's all up, he's all down. So just like your kid.
It was very interesting that I think his name was Dampier. He even kept it close. I think that was pretty fantastic. But now, guys, let's talk about week 1. All the games this week. There's games going on right now. Colorado's losing at home to North Dakota State. Coastal Carolina's blowing out Jacksonville State on the road. And North Carolina just took a 7-0 lead against Minnesota on the road.
Yep.
Pretty good games on. Rutgers blew out Howard today.
To be expected.
Oh, wow. Shedeur Sanders just got picked off in the end zone. North Dakota State will win this game. If you want to check the Twitter, guys, please check the Twitter. Please check our TikTok. I'm crushing it. Check out our Spiked TikTok at Spiked College Football. It's Spiked _college _football. I'm giving you guys picks. I gave you this game. I gave you the game. I said they were going to win. And he just got picked off.
They're all in disbelief. Your Heisman winning quarterback.
Is NDSU still FCS? No.
Yes, but they're not as good as they have been. But they've been playing very, very well.
You can't discount these FCS teams.
But
that's 2 weeks in a row.
I think that was Shedeur's first incompletion. He's been playing really well this game too. But let's go on to let's go on to this week. Now, are there any games that stick out what game, besides your favorite teams, what game would you want to attend as a fan? Not your favorite teams this week.
Clemson, Alabama.
Clemson's not playing Alabama. I would love to go to that.
Georgia. In Mercedes-Benz.
SEC teams blend together in my Big Ten.
So I will pick one of Johnny's picks because he's not allowed to. You're not allowed to pick this team, Johnny. You live there, fucker.
I'm picking them.
You don't get to pick them. That's one of your fucking teams. You've got 6. You don't get to pick it.
I only got 3, and I'm less of a homer than that.
It's true.
Penn State at West Virginia should be a time.
I'll take mine. That was what I was going to pick. So if I can't go to that, I would want to go to the Swamp and watch Miami play Florida.
There you go. We can alter. We can swap, right? Because obviously that's where I would be right now if I could. But
because the reason that West Virginia wins is I've been there, guys. I've been. You don't understand. You don't come out of West Virginia unscathed when they're bad. They're going to be great this year. Garrett Green is getting Heisman odds. I really think that they're going to pull this off. I really love their defense. I love their offense. And I just think that crowd with those two guys, they closed all I can never say this right. Monongahela County schools, not on the game day. They close it down tomorrow when Pat McAfee's doing his show because they expect all the roads to be closed. It's going to be too much traffic. I'm telling you right now, West Virginia, that's going to be the game to attend this week. And I think Fox is there.
It's airing on Fox, but Pat going back to isn't he from West? Didn't he go to West
That's
Virginia?
where he played. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's going back to the homeland. One of their biggest fucking alums ever, hyping them up. Penn State is so fucked, but it doesn't matter because James Franklin is Teflon, so he'll be there anyway. It doesn't fucking matter.
That's the game I'd want to attend. Tyler, why would you want to attend that Clemson game?
Because I don't think Clemson's a plus 13 spread.
I don't either. I agree with that.
And I want to see that come up and happen for them.
I also, Rob, for your game, I've been on Miami very hard. I've been doing a little more research, diving in a little more. I think Florida gets them, dude. I'm sorry.
I already told you that last week. You wouldn't fucking listen to me.
And guess what? Look at me, hands down. See the eyes? You were right. I don't want to be right about this, but there's so much on Miami that there's too many people on them right now. That's the real case.
So I think that Florida is going to steal a win because we hired a time management coach for this season. And that motherfucker better earn his money this game because we are going to need it.
You can't run tempo. No tempo. It's going to be too hot. You need to slow the game down.
Can't run tempo. We have an absolute bulldozer of an offensive line if we let them cook. But we have to manage the game to a T. And what did we fuck up last year?
I'm worried about your quarterback trying to make too many plays because I think they'll be dominating. I think they'll be dominating the line of scrimmage, and I think they'll be running the ball, and he'll get bored, and then he'll go and he'll make a stupid throw.
Yeah, because that's Cam Ward. That's what I swear.
Right,
Tyler, is there an echo in here?
Yeah. Like,
I am saying
this is last week's episode.
I am saying you are 100% right.
I think that after this game,
I hope I'm wrong, but
I think that if we lose this game when it really doesn't matter, and it truly, truly does not matter, because it's a rivalry game, it's at Florida. If we win out the rest of the season, we're still winning the ACC championship and still getting into the playoff and still basically proving what we need to prove. If all of those are all still big ifs, but like at the end of the day, this is all about bragging rights, but not really. Like Miami's better at recruiting than Florida. This is nothing. This game literally means nothing except for the fact that we hate Florida almost as much as we hate Florida State.
Right.
Then, if Florida does eke out the win, does Billy Napier stay a year? Even though it was preseason reported that he was allegedly fired, it was just a matter of when.
I mean, I'll say the same thing for Florida I said for Florida State. Like, Florida is not in shambles, but they want to stick it out in the SEC when it's only getting harder and harder to do anything there. You're just going to have to wait for the coach to do the best he can because you made your bet in this. You can't keep swapping out fucking coaches because they're not quite up to your standard. Like, Florida, you don't have any standards. Tebow isn't here. Like, outside of those years, what do you have to rest your head on? Spurrier?
Spurrier was pretty good.
I'm saying that was from the 90s. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, Florida fans have to have a little bit of faith with getting my state.
Oh, shit. Go. You sorry. Minnesota. Sorry, guys.
And NC State's about to be upset 21-17, FYI.
They're in the third, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
It's not looking good. Anyway, but with Ben Sass, with Florida not having a president, Billy Napier's got to be sitting pretty right now, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, so I'm going to end up venting about Florida fans if you let me go on too long because they're more delusional than Florida State fans, but overall the administration has been more reasonable than Florida State's administration. So I feel like Napier should not be in danger regardless because of what only Florida fans, his worst enemy are Florida fans, not Florida admin.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just, I find it interesting that essentially Billy Napier is failing upwards, but moving on.
Did you guys see, okay, Did you guys see anything about the Collar Stallions thing about Michigan? Did you guys read any of it? Did you see the tweet that I texted in the group chat?
Well,
Yes.
I definitely saw the tweet, and then you sent us a text message that just summarized the tweet again. So I got the message, but I didn't. When am I going to have time to fucking watch anything about Michigan? I don't give a shit.
They're cheating scumbags that should be fined, and he should be shot in the head. Moving on from that, no one cares about Michigan. Michigan is dead. They're going to lose to Fresno State this week, so no one cares.
I have so many Michigan fans at my work. Just like they were talking about where you're going to watch the Michigan game, not where you're going to watch college football this weekend. It's of the half a dozen of them, are they all going to the same place to watch the Michigan game or not? And I'm just like, oh boy, this is going to be a fun season after last year.
Do you guys want to talk about anything else coming up in the season before we start getting into our picks from last week, into our picks this week?
For the whole season overall?
Like, just going into, because now we're going down to, this is the first, I know there's football being played right now, but this is, the first week. Anybody have anything else they want to get out before the season starts?
We spent way too much fucking time talking about the season preview, and then way too much time trying to get it uploaded so everybody can watch it. So I think we got to move on.
But it's just, no, I don't got anything.
All right, so we're going to move on.
My fault. It was everybody's fault. But
we're moving on to picks. It's going to be a quick little show tonight because, like I said, it's hard because we did the preview last week and we only played 4 games, so there's not really much to talk about. We pretty much covered what we had to talk about. So we'll move on. Colorado just scored. Travis Henry. Obviously, he completely pushed off. Travis Hunter just completely pushed off. And Minnesota scored. So here we go. Last week, JC had Tech, SMU, New Mexico, and Hawaii. Guess what? He went 4-0. Tyler, you had Tech, SMU, Montana State, and Hawaii. 3-1. Go ahead, Rob.
Whoa. The way you said that, JC picked New Mexico and Mexico lost.
Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. Do you want to know where I fucked that up? Because I had Nevada written twice, and I kept fucking that up.
This fucking guy went 4-0.
No, okay, so JC went 3-1. Now, where you guys went 4-0.
No, I picked New Mexico as well. Me and JC both went 3-1 then. I thought it was me and TA, but I knew somebody went with me on all the picks.
So Tyler went 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah, you went 4-0. Great.
Tyler, you went 4-0. You picked Tech, SMU, Montana, and Hawaii. And Rob, you picked
a 35-point spread.
You picked Tech, SMU, New Mexico, and Hawaii, Rob.
Yep, that's right. Me and JC.
I picked State, SMU, New Mexico, and Hawaii.
Ooh, you picked New Mexico as well? So that's 2-2 for you?
No, I picked New Mexico. I'm 2-2.
Ouch.
Not
so
good.
Here we go. Rob, you're at the top of the leaderboard in second. Tyler, you're in first. With JC is in. So it's second. Tyler, Rob, JC, and then me at the bottom.
Yep. But that's early. It's early.
People forget that I did pick Georgia Tech. I sent it to the group chat and I won over $150. You do remember that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone follow. Listen. If you guys follow the TikTok at spiked_spike college football _spiked_college football, you will see all of my picks, and I gave them all to you. You're welcome.
Johnny, I'm not seeing that money. I only care about beating you in this pick'em.
Yeah.
Kindly, go fuck yourself.
I've always been the second fiddle. It's about time I come fucking first.
All right, first game, guys. We are not, and anybody who's watching, we are not picking against the spread. I will give you my picks on the TikTok on Saturday morning. We're not picking against the spread here. This is just who wins the games. So I will give the spread out, though, so you guys can hear the spread, okay?
Sounds good.
So it's Florida Atlantic plus 13.5 at Michigan State. We're going to go Tyler, Rob, me every time.
Yep.
Michigan State.
At Michigan State, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm like. I had to double check and look. I'm like, yeah.
I would love to pick against a poverty program like Michigan State after all the bullshit they've pulled for the last few years. But I think Willie's still at FAU, right? I think he's still coaching at FAU.
I believe so.
Yeah. And I want to root for Willie, too. That's what my heart says. My head says Michigan State. But fuck it. We'll pick FAU because Tyler picked Michigan State.
No, it's Tom Herman. That's right.
Oh, Tom.
Tom Herman. Yeah, that makes me feel real good.
Yeah, I'll bet. I'm still going to pick FAU.
FAU has 8 starters back on defense. I love Tom Herman and how he plays offense. He's a terrible person. I love how he plays offense. I'm taking FAU to win a game.
Wow. We're just giving the crown to TA.
I mean, you're just anointing me with it at this point. Shit.
All right, Penn State. Number 8, Penn State, minus 8.5 at West Virginia.
Tyler.
I'm going West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Because like I said, Drew Aller doesn't have anyone to throw to.
Little analysis here, guys. Country roads, take me home.
Mute him.
Do
Fucking
not
mute him.
me at all.
Mute him. Mute him.
West Virginia. Here we go. I'm done. West Virginia. Green at quarterback. Fantastic senior leader. He's going to run the ball. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to make plays to the tight ends. They have a fantastic backfield. They have great wide receivers. They have a good defensive front seven. Unbelievable defensive front seven, actually, for West Virginia. I think they win 27-23 in Morgantown.
No, this game does definitely scream last-second field goal to win it.
Yep.
And then they're going to burn everything to the ground, right?
Oh, that's the one reason why I'm glad I'm not there. I wish I was there, and then I'm glad. Well, they'd probably reach our hotel where we lived. That's how close we were to the stadium.
Yep.
Number 19, Miami, minus 2.5 at Florida. Tyler.
I'm going Miami. Yes, I've put the 2 ex-Florida residents in a bit of a pickle here. I just believe that Miami's the more put-together team.
We are absolutely the more complete team, but we have not had any games with this quarterback. Our coach is notoriously bad at handling his business in close games. This just screams historic Miami letdown like we have been doing since fucking 2001. So, as the Miami fan, I'm going to pick Florida because we have to exorcise all of the demons that have shown up for the past 20 years plus in order to
has what we call
battered.
Rob has what we call battered hurricane syndrome, where he's
absolutely
just been beat so many
absolutely
times.
The case. You saw the game last year where we didn't fucking kneel the ball. Like, that's not like 20 years ago. I'm still worried about this shit. That was literally last year. This is not it's not an old thing. It's right there.
I'm going to go. I hope I'm 100% wrong. Graham Mertz actually didn't really play that bad last year. If you look at his stats, he really didn't play that bad. I think it's just something about being in the swamp. I think it's going to be hot. I think they're going to slow Miami down. I think Cam Ward makes a bad play trying to do what he can. And I don't want to be right. Like, I don't want to be right about this. But I think Florida gets them 23-20. That's my pick.
The line on the game is like 55 points.
Yeah.
So if it's that low scoring, I'll definitely give it to you, Johnny. If it's a high scoring affair,
if it's more, if both teams score more than 30 points, Miami wins.
Probably.
But if it's played in the 20s, I think Florida wins, dude.
Yeah. I'm just saying the line is, I mean, all the lines are fairly high this week, but like 54.5 is pretty fucking high compared to some of the other ranked games.
All right. Miami of Ohio plus 2.5 at Northwestern.
What? That? Wait. Yeah. Jesus. No. There's no. Miami of Ohio definitely got to win, right? Sorry, Tyler. You got to go first. You moved. I feel like he's taking a shit. Oh, Northwestern. Okay.
I can't give credit. I can't pick two Miami teams. I just can't.
Rob?
So, I didn't pick the other Miami. I will pick Miami of Ohio. Not only are they a generally tough team, but I don't think Northwestern's even going to take them seriously.
They won the MAC last year. Listen to this. They won the MAC last year. They were 11-3. They have 12 starters back on each side of the ball. They have 6 starters on each side. They got Gabbert playing quarterback again. I have this team going 8-4 this year, and I have them winning this game. Northwestern doesn't have what it takes to win this game. I don't think they have. I just don't like the direction Northwestern. I think Miami's the best team in the MAC. One of the best teams in the MAC. So I'm picking Miami.
I'm not discounting Northwestern's coach putting together a decent game. I just can't do that to the point where I can pick Miami. I just can't.
I just can't.
I just can't.
All right. Fair enough.
Guys. Boise State minus 12.5 at Georgia Southern.
Boise State's going to avenge my loss 2 years ago.
Why are we picking this game?
There's not a lot of good games, bud.
If you say so.
There's like the 5 really big games, and then it's like.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of them are going right now, too, Thursday.
And there's a lot of like FCS schools playing. Like it's.
I mean, I'll go with Boise State, but I feel like Georgia Southern could surprise them. Probably will because it's at Georgia Southern, which is unusual. But
Boise State has.
Yeah.
Boise State has 17 starters back.
That's a lot.
Malachi Nelson was supposed to be their big 5-star quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even their quarterback.
Correct.
Their quarterback this year will be Madsen. It will be the starter. I think Georgia Southern covers, but I think Boise State wins by 10. That's.
No, I love the fuck out of Boise State. I even played them on CFB 25. Oh, that playbook is so fucking fun.
All right, boys. North Texas plus 5.5 at South Alabama.
Why are we doing this game?
Because if you go and look at the games, it's
I'm looking at them.
Well, that's weird because it's North Texas or it's South Alabama.
Sorry, North Texas. I apologize for the Freudian slip.
I'm going to go with USA. USA.
USA only has 7 starters back from last year.
They were very, very exciting last year.
They were great last year. They had the lefty quarterback still. They could run the ball a little bit. North Texas doesn't have too many starters back either. I'm trying to find it. I can't even find it. I don't even care. I'm going North Texas.
I mean, I picked the favorite, right?
Yeah.
I didn't misread that? Okay. All right.
No. North Texas is getting 5.5.
Yeah. That's
you picked the favorite.
That's what I mean. I'm the one who picked the favorite, right? Like, I'm not, so I don't feel bad about that. All right.
Nor should you.
All right.
All right,
cool.
guys. UNLV plus 2.5 at Houston.
How many points?
2.5. UNLV is getting 2.5.
Fuck, it's a coin flip. Houston.
And it's in Houston, so it's basically a push.
You said Houston?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about UNLV this year. I think Houston will do fine at home.
Houston only has 5 starters back this year. They have a new coach, and UNLV went 9-5 last year. They have 11 returning starters, and Barry Odom is their coach. I'm going with UNLV.
the line's about 54.5. It's actually fairly low for a Houston game.
That perplexed me too. I was like, why the hell is it in the low 50s?
I'll go with. I'll still stick with Houston. I did say it before, but I'm gonna stick with it.
All right, guys. Next game, Nevada plus 9.5 at Troy.
Nevada.
Troy, is Troy a good team all of a sudden?
Last year, Troy was 11-3.
That's why.
They won their conference, but they only have 4 starters back and a brand new head coach.
Definitely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tyler.
He said Nevada.
I said Nevada because of all of that. That's why I said that.
I'm gonna go with Nevada because, yeah, they should have won the game against SMU, but more importantly, they got a warm-up game. You know, like they know what they're about. So unless, and it's a 7 p.m. kick time, so it's not like it's going to be super early in the morning for them or anything with the time change. So I think they're going to be ready to rock and roll. Also, incidentally, tickets as low as $9. So do y'all want to go to?
And I'm pretty sure teams that played week 0, their next game, I'm pretty sure they're over like 70% win rate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm picking
teams
Nevada.
In general, or Nevada?
Okay. No. I'm picking Nevada because of how they looked last week. I'm also picking Nevada because of that stat. And I'm picking Nevada because Troy has nobody back and a brand new head coach.
Yeah, especially after 11-3 season, they have a decent amount of expectations on them too. So I don't know if playing at home is actually helpful for them.
Here we go, guys. TCU minus 9.5 at Stanford.
I'll go TCU.
I believe what you said at some point, Johnny, was it's Stanford. So, yeah, we're going with TCU.
That was my whole analysis of the entire season at Stanford. I'm taking TCU. They started off slow last year with the Colorado thing. They have 16 starters back. And like I said during the preview show, they're not as good as 12-0. They're not as bad as 5-7. They're somewhere in the middle, like 9-3, 8-4. They win this game easily. UCLA minus 14.5 at Hawaii.
UCLA is just terrible, bro. Like Hawaii.
So wait, are you picking UCLA or Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Okay. Yeah, well, you know what it is. If the weather is as bad in Hawaii as it was this past week, UCLA is fucked. But I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, we're getting like torrential downpours in here in Florida every day. But Hawaii is supposed to be like milder than that and not get that shit every day. So I don't think Hawaii is going to be able to keep up with UCLA at a certain point in the game. So I'll go with UCLA. Unless, again, if it's a shitty weather day and I have no idea, well, then that's on me.
All right, here's why Rob is wrong. Rob, it's okay. I've been doing a lot more research. You know, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I have a lot more time. UCLA, did you see their coach at the Big Ten? First-year coach has no idea what he's doing. Hawaii has Timmy Chang running the offense and playing head coach. They have 15 starters back. They threw even in that wind and shit, they still scored fucking points. And they're at home. And they have a game under the belt. 70%. Give me Hawaii.
Yeah. I figured that Hawaii would win by like 50 against the team, what was it, Delaware State, who missed their flight out there, and it was like
the wind was horrific.
I get that. I understand that. And 35 points is very impressive with all that wind and everything else. I'm just saying, like, if there was ever a time to be like, we are annihilating someone to get all tuned up for the next week, it was then. And it just didn't pan out that way for me. So that's why I'm selling on Hawaii right now. But Timmy Chang absolutely should prove me wrong. I love Timmy Chang. So I would love to be proven wrong by him.
All right, guys, here's kind of a bigger game. I know these games are a little stale, but Again, not a lot. Notre Dame, number 7 Notre Dame plus 2.5 at number 20 Texas A&M.
Notre Dame's getting points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was to pick them until the left tackle went down.
Tyler's first.
Do I go in Mike Elko we trust? I don't. Notre Dame.
Rob?
Gotta believe in Marcus Freeman. Listen, the only Asian American coach out there in college football, I believe still currently. I know there was someone before.
Isn't Timmy
who's been
Chang?
around.
Oh, he's Polynesian.
He's not head coach, right?
Yes, he
He's
is.
in the offense.
No,
He's head
he's
coach.
head coach.
Okay.
He's head coach.
All right. So I gotta go with Marcus Freeman. Because I want to believe that he will live up to the hype. And he's done
Guys,
well, but really live up to the hype. You know what I mean?
Here's some analysis, guys. My favorite team. Our defense is fucking unbelievable. We have probably the best cornerbacks in college football. Our front seven is dynamic. Our safeties are okay. Our wide receivers are fantastic. Our running backs are fantastic. Our quarterback could be a first-round pick. Our offensive line has 6 total starts. Now, they're all 5 stars, all sophomores and freshmen. We're starting a true freshman at left tackle against Texas A&M at home. If this is at Notre Dame, I say we win by 3. I think we lose by 3 here, guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did I get anybody to sway?
You did. I want A&M now. Mike Elko's defensive-minded coach. I like it.
I think this is like a 23-20 game, maybe 17-20. I'll tell you what, Notre Dame's defense will be top 5 at the end of the year, though.
Oh, easily. There's no way this is a high-scoring game.
No.
Wyoming plus 6.5 at Arizona State.
What's the spread on this one?
6.5.
Okay. Then I'm going Arizona State.
Trying to see if there's any surprises on the Wyoming roster. They have a decent amount of seniors, but I want to believe that Arizona State's got this because it's at home. If they're playing in Wyoming, probably not a different story, but a much closer game. But we'll go with Arizona State.
My analysis on it is it's Wyoming's first game post Craig Bowl.
I like Jay Savell as the head coach coming in. I love that they have 13 starters back. I love their offensive line. I love their running game. I am taking Wyoming in a kind of an upset, I guess, and because Arizona State is completely rebuilding. They're not a very good team. So it's more towards them not being great, and that's why I'm picking Wyoming. Next game, Rob, you picked Arizona State, right?
I did.
All right, guys. Here's a game that might be a little interesting to some people. We got 5 more to go. Old Dominion plus 20.5 at South Carolina.
Jesus. South Carolina.
You just want to pick this game so we can talk about Sandstorm.
Yeah.
South Carolina should run away with it.
I didn't want to call him out on it, but yeah, that's exactly it.
I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people think. Beamer ball. I like Sellers at quarterback. I just think it's going to be closer. I don't know why. Old Dominion always plays these first games tough. They beat Virginia. They beat Tech.
Do.
They're pretty good. So just keep that in mind.
They do. If
doing enough.
If Beamer doesn't have this team ready, here's the thing. If he's anything like his dad, you've seen what Old Dominion has done to the other, kind of Southern universities and their first week the last couple of years. It's not like it's hidden from anybody. So I'd hope that he'd want to really tap into, that Enter Sandman, now Sandstorm vibe and really make it big. So
Speaking of Enter Sandman, boys, Vatek minus 13.5 at Vandy.
at Vandy, right? I heard you say the word Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler.
This is so hard because everyone's saying that the spread ain't going to happen. Yeah. I'm going Virginia Tech. I have to stick to my guns. Don't buy into that Vanderbilt bullshit.
They're saying the spread ain't going to happen?
Rob, I'm going to shock you with this pick. If you want me to go, I'll give you a little analysis on the game.
I mean, we were talking of Virginia Tech. Like, I think Virginia Tech's going to do
I think,
well.
All right. I think Vandy wins this game at home in their new stadium under head coach Clark Lee, who I love. I love Pavia, the quarterback. It's not the teams, it's the spot. This is a terrible spot for Virginia Tech because Vanderbilt is supposed to be beaten down, and they have 16 starters back, guys. And they're SEC. Not all of them are SEC players, but a couple of them are. And they've been just brought up on this pedestal so high that they have to live up to expectations. I hope I'm wrong. They have to blow them out, and I don't see it happen. I think Vandy keeps it close and maybe ekes out a win. Plus, their kicker is a junior, been there for 3 years. I think he maybe kicks a winning field goal to win the game.
I think that's reasonable analysis. I just, and I hate to say this.
I think it's crazy. It's Vandy. I get it.
Well, but I hate to say this, but it's like, yes, you have a lot of returning starters. Yes, you have a lot of experience, but the experience that Vanderbilt's had is of losing. At some point, you have that culture you have to shift, and I mean, maybe it happens on the very first game in your very first, new stadium, or it's literally called First Bank, but that just seems like a lot.
I mean, they almost made a bowl in 2022.
Yeah, and they almost had someone even be in the contention for Heisman in Jay Cutler, in the past 100 years. I don't know. That's the culture at Vanderbilt.
Nebraska almost went a bowl game. We were never.
The only Power 5 team, I believe, to never have a Heisman even contender, I believe, is Vanderbilt.
Well, Pavia this year, mark it down.
All right. Let's hope. I hope he gets odds. I would love to see Vanderbilt pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
There's just something about this game, Rob. It just doesn't rub me right.
Sure. No. I feel that.
Tyler,
100% I feel that.
As a gambler, Tyler, don't you think the point spread should be a little higher?
21 plus, yeah.
That's why it's a little fucking weird for me.
Yeah. No, I feel that 100%. Vanderbilt's going to start the year off with a big win over Virginia Tech and Kyron Drone, and okay.
Rob, there's just something funky in the water. That's all it is, man. That's all I'm saying.
I get that. Well, that's because they play next to the fucking river with all the Commodores and whatever. The Perrys and shit. I don't know.
Brandon Walker has that same line of thinking, and I'm like, don't buy it. The spread doesn't scream that.
The spread doesn't scream that Virginia Tech's going to blow them out. It doesn't. It just.
Oh yeah, I don't think Virginia Tech's going to blow them out, but I think it's going to be a close game. I just don't see Vanderbilt just being like, yeah, history don't mean a thing.
Yeah, I just can't see him putting it together for 4 quarters. I just can't.
Fair enough. I will be very happy for Vanderbilt, but also devastated for Virginia Tech at the same time.
Me too. Next game, guys. 2 more to go. Number 13, LSU Tigers. minus 4.5 at USC.
LSU. All day.
LSU. USC has to prove that they're more than just I don't know.
LSU because Lincoln Riley doesn't know how to play defense, never could play defense. Offensive line, running game. Muschmeyer over the top play action passing. Defense. Give me LSU probably by 20.
I just realized this isn't actually at USC. It's in Vegas.
It's
in Vegas. You're right.
it's
I'm sorry.
It's neutral site. That's why I'm like,
It's not really neutral. That's a USC
Yeah, no,
game.
that's a USC heavy spot, but still, it's not even like they're playing in USC.
Yeah.
But it's like Georgia. It's like Georgia playing in Atlanta, pretty much.
Yeah. No, that's true. I definitely think LSU controls this game. Though the over-under is 64.5.
I will be hitting the over on that.
Hitting the over on that because LSU is going to score 60 on them?
I think they'll score
I think they'll get north of
42.
40. Yeah.
I think.
Well, you were saying they were going to run them over. You know, I figured they.
Yeah, but I think USC could probably score 20 points. Maybe. I'm like shit at the end of the game. Shit game.
Yeah, I think 14.
Yeah, maybe at the end of the game.
Time, and
it
then
shouldn't be that close.
Touchdowns.
It'll probably be like 42-17 for a long time, and then they'll score another one. Anyway, last game we're picking this week, guys. It's the big one. Number 14, Clemson, plus 13.5. In the Georgia Dome to number 1, Georgia.
Right.
Go ahead, Tia.
Georgia. I just don't think Clemson's that great. Even though they have a lot of firepower returning, I just don't see it. Against Georgia, insanity.
I looked at this Clemson team, and he still has he finally gotten over his fucking transfer portal bullshit or no?
No.
I thought this last year, think this year. Something has to give with fucking Dabo. And maybe, like Miami, getting embarrassed by a true blue SEC team on national television on the first week and a neutral site like we did to Alabama will finally shake something loose. But it has to happen. Because watching this slow descent into oblivion for Clemson, as much as I dislike Clemson, it's just sad. It's pathetic, honestly. That
you
the man
know why it's
refuses.
pathetic, Rob? Because it's not like, unlike Miami and Nebraska, this is completely preventable.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. It's 100% hubris. It's always been pride for fucking Dabo, which is why I've always despised him as a game day coach. But he always had recruiting.
I despise him as a Christian because that man has the most pride of any Christian man I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, oh yeah, that for sure. And I mean, I know there's a lot of ego that goes into being a head coach in football, but dear Lord, like something has to break loose. This is the spot to do it.
He makes Saban look like a fucking saint.
Well, I mean, it's, for me, when you know that you're playing for the devil, you kind of expect it. When you play for someone who's holier than thou, it's actually worse somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to pick Clemson here. I think that they keep it within the number. I just think it's those 2 or 3 extra guys that he could have picked up. I know the receivers are better, but they're not elite. That they could have picked up to just put him over the top. And I'm gonna have to take Georgia. I don't want to. I actually kind of like Clemson when they're the underdog because they're fun, right? When they were coming up and beating Bama, we loved Clemson, Rob. You remember that? Dabo had no hubris. He was just a good. That's when his shtick worked, and we loved it. When we were at that national title game against Bama, we were so hard rooting for Clemson, and we loved it. But then he became a complete douchebag, and I want Clemson to come back, and I want him, but I kind of think he needs to be humbled first. So I think UGA is going to fucking humble him. I know they lost McConkey and they lost Bowers, but they still have Beck, and it's still Georgia. Georgia retools like nobody else right now.
Yeah, basically. I guess what I would say is Dabo Swinney lost me the game where he could have beaten FSU without fucking Jameis Winston because of the stupid crab leg incident. I don't know, whatever reason he got suspended for a game. And the man, in his hubris, with fucking freshman Deshaun Watson, decided he was going to run shotgun QB draw in 4th and 1. Like, just found ways to lose for no reason. Then he finally let Deshaun cook, and then now they're upsetting Alabama. Now they're being great. And that was all because of recruiting, right? He recruited, and he said, you guys do your thing. But then he said, oh, it's all me. I'm the reason why we're so great. And he was always really poor. He's a bad game day coach. He's really, really poor. Great recruiter, but that doesn't help you if you don't fucking have any transfer portal, NIL, whatever. Like, you just decide that you're God's gift to college football. So it's been a long time coming. And just come on, Georgia. Just absolutely annihilate them so that we can move on past this chapter of Clemson being just kind of a slow slide into oblivion.
Yeah, let them crash and burn, and then let them rebuild from the top. All right, guys,
Yeah.
that's all the games that I had. Anything else you guys want to add for today's episode? Hi, baby. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, AJ.
Say hi, Bob. You know Tyler. You met Tyler. You know, well, you probably don't remember Rob, but you just met Tyler.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's been a while, AJ.
What are we doing? So big. Touchdown. So big. So big. AJ, you're so big. Touchdown. Do it. Do the touchdown. Touchdown.
Yay.
All right, guys. That was Spike College Football Week 1 wrap-up. JC will be with us again next week. Go and check out, guys, please, check out the TikTok. Hopefully next week it's at Spike_College_Football. We're doing really good things on there. Please check out the Twitter, which is Spike CFB88. We have our Twitch, Spike College Football. We will be streaming soon on a different platform. We will be going on to Streamlabs, and we can do super chats. We can answer your questions. And please just come and subscribe. And we're just four family guys, just trying to talk a little ball. We love college football. I'm putting a lot of time and effort and missing a little bit of time with my little boy here to give you guys really good content. Our TikTok's killing it. So our Instagram, please go follow and like. And I'll give out picks. I'm doing a little update. Me and Tyler discussed. Units Only Go Up will be a weekly show. On TikTok, I will be giving my picks on TikTok as Units Only Go Up. Will be a TikTok-only show for right now. So those of you who do follow, which I do have I legitimately have about 30 of you guys who do follow my picks on Units. Please go and follow us on the TikTok. If you see this on Twitter, don't message me on Twitter anymore. Just go ahead and follow the TikTok, and I'll give you guys all my picks for free.
Yeah, it's not even called Twitter, so definitely don't follow us on there.
Yeah.
Shut up. You know what?
All right, I'll go. We're going to do sign-offs, right?
What's that?
So, all about the sign-offs now?
All about the sign-offs, bud.
All right. So, well, I guess we have one more week before we get to go up and we're going to see Johnny and AJ at a very special event, but we'll still be able to talk about that next week. I don't know. Have a great Labor Day, everybody. Fucking relax and
enjoy college football this week, guys.
Enjoy college football. It's all entertainment, baby. Make sure you enjoy it.
Tyler?
Yeah. I've had the daunting task of actually, converting all this over to the Streamlabs. And I would like it if you were to like and follow and subscribe to it. Two of the things I'm going to be working on the TikTok and the YouTube is I'm going to do some Mountain West show after dark sort of theme thing. And then we are going to fade Clay Travis because Clay Travis is a really bad gambler, and I'm going to make videos. We're just going to keep fading Clay Travis and getting a better winning percentage than he.
Bye.
Oh, we're already going to bye. Okay.
Bye?
Yes, guys, please.
AJ said it's time to say bye.
Tyler will probably post all the links to everything in the YouTube, guys, all of our channels. He'll post, and then we'll do, like I said, we'll start doing other things, super chats, units only go up. Everything will be on the TikTok and all of our channels. So we really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, we're just family guys, and Austin's saying bye-bye. And as always, guys, we always keep it
Always.
spiked.
Spiked. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Why is it not going? We're
I don't know,
still
TA. This